back to Mojo Grip. Mike here. Today I am in the northern part of Michigan and I am so excited to bring you today's flight in the Honda Jet. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We've flown the Honda Jet before, but we haven't flown this specific model. And this one is special because this plane belongs to Blue Max 6. If you don't know him, go check out his channel right now. He is a Honda Jet pilot and a very good friend of mine. And today we're gonna take his jet to 41,000 feet over the Carolinas. The Honda Jet needs no new introduction. This is cream of the crop when it comes to light jets. It's a proper 7-seater and a speed machine. And Blue Max 6 jet comes with all of the bells and whistles, with avionics upgrades and premium maintenance program. I should also mention that the Honda Jet can carry up to 600 pounds of extra baggage. So here we are, all loaded up, and let's start the engines. Flight planning in this aircraft is a breeze. You pretty much have a computer as an assistant because the Honda Jet will not only calculate your fuel for you, it also let you know your rotation speed based on the weight of the airplane and the amount of nose trim you need to put in.
I'm sorry, who is the other aircraft calling?
Honda Jet 682 Tango Mike, on the ground, Harbor Springs, IFR, Greensboro.
682 Tango Mike, cleared from Harbor Springs Airport to Gulf Sierra Oscar Airport via direct Whiskey, Uniform, November, then it's filed. I maintain 4,000, squawk is 3046, clearance is void if not, 5 minutes.
Okay, I've got 3046 on the squawk, up to 4,000, direct Loon, 682 Tango Mike.
682 Tango Mike, destination Gulf Sierra Oscar, rest reback correct, and clearance void in 5 minutes.
Gulf Sierra Oscar, got 5 minutes, 682 Tango Mike.
2 Tango Mike, release for departure, taxi airborne.
2 Tango Mike. Okay, so we got a relatively short runway. We'll get good performance on a nice cold day like this. But what I do is I'm going to bring us up to full power and then release the brakes. So the acceleration will be noticeable.
Okay.
So we're watching here. Takeoff power is selected. And achieved. Here we go. Airspeed's alive, both sides. 80 knot cross check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. 3130, flaps up. Power's going back to MCT. Let me go ahead and bring your engine anti-ices on.
Glad you're out here working today. I thought you'd be home.
Harbor Springs traffic, Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike. Right crosswind departure, runway 10, Harbor Springs. All right, let's talk to Minnie. Minneapolis Center, good afternoon. Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike, 2,000 for 4,000, direct Loon.
Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike, Minneapolis Center, contact 1 southeast of Harbor Springs. Moderate precipitation extends for the next 20 miles. Climb maintain flight level 230.
230, 682, Tango Mike.
But here's one of the sweetest stats of the Honda Jet. Your climb out rate, 4,000 feet a minute. As we've gotten our clearance and climbing through weather here, getting up to altitude in this jet is in no time. And speaking of weather, another equipment we have on board is SiriusXM. So we're able to get live weather updates and we can listen to our favorite radio stations.
Number 7 Delta Sierra, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 1,000. The Big Rapids altimeter 30.
I like to hand fly up to 10,000 feet.
I was just going to ask you about that. I see that you're hand flying it.
I do like to hand fly. I like to feel, so...
Number 37 Delta Sierra, descend at pilot's discretion.
I mean, the type rating will teach you to engage the autopilot once you're above 500 feet AGL.
All right.
And that's great, especially when the workload is heavy and the weather calls for it. I need to know how the jet feels.
Gotcha. Got nice and toasted pretty fast.
Yeah.
Bravo Charlie, Minnie.
So from a pressurization perspective, we're at 18,400. Cabin's at 2,400, so that
Sweet.
The cabin's climbing at 1,400 feet per minute. But we're not at our max PSI yet. So We filed for 410 today, since we're heading east. So we're not going all the way up to 430, but we should have a 7,000 foot cabin in 410 or lower.
Wow, okay. Is that because the last time I was in a Honda Jet, I think we were between like 15 and 23 or 24. So this would be my first time going off that high.
Good.
And it's incredible that a plane this size can do that.
I know.
41,000.
Roger.
Oof.
Two Tango Mike, before I ship, a quick question for you.
Two Tango Mike, send it.
Are we on YouTube?
You are, and I'm flying today with Mojo Grip.
Oh, really? Well, I watch his channel too, and so does the next guy that you're
I
about to
can't hear when you're talking to the...
Mini on 132.42, good day.
Two Tango Mike, thanks. 13242, Two Tango Mike. You just got a shout out for Minneapolis Center.
Oh.
Minneapolis Center, good afternoon. Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike 21.8, climbing 230.
Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike, Minneapolis Center, welcome. Climb and maintain flight level 410.
410, 682, Tango Mike. So he goes, hey, you mind if I ask you a quick question? And I go ahead. And he goes, are we on YouTube right now? And I said, yeah, and I'm with Mojo Grip. He goes, what? I follow him. He's great.
Or are these live?
Bravo 250, medevac, descend at the pilot.
No, it's just these guys all know me here.
Right, cool. Where would you say is the sweet spot that you typically fly?
Altitude wise?
Yeah.
41 to 43.
Are you serious?
Every time.
You're maxing this thing out. I guess the name calls for it.
Even, I'll tell you the Blue Max 6 story. Mostly it's because I get the best fuel burn rates. So when I look, even if the winds are a little better, if I can save 200 pounds of fuel by going higher, I will.
Really?
Yep.
And it equates out with, obviously, because you're burning fuel as you climb as well.
But again, I mean, we're burning 550 pounds per side right now. So 1,100 pounds of fuel per hour. We'll be at almost half that by the time we get to altitude. So the burn rate just comes down dramatically.
So would this be your last flight?
No. I mean, so I'm heading to Greensboro. So instead of going to my home field, I'm going to Greensboro because I've got a scheduled maintenance stop.
Right.
We talked about being on the fuel program. I mean, being on the program. So I'm on engine programs. And
take advantage of it.
And because the data on this aircraft is so substantial, they're constantly tracking. And the GE Honda folks said, hey, we saw a small pressure differential in the number one engine. So it's nothing that I would notice, but you know, we would just want to take a quick look, take a quick look at the filter. So I'm like, great. Well,
wait, this is okay. Let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
So with the maintenance program,
right,
they have something where they're collecting data.
That's correct.
Live data from your flight.
So not live data. Right?
Not live, but posts, I guess.
Yep.
So once you fly, they collect data. Let's just keep it that way.
Yeah, the data bus on the Honda Jet is substantial.
Wow. And then they notify you if they see something off, which is the case. They're like, yeah, we see X, Y, Z.
That's correct.
Wow.
So Mike, I can say
Delta 9960
it is concierge level service with Honda Jet.
That's incredible.
Nobody ever gets it perfect every time, but they're as close to it as you can get. Their ability to be proactive, to monitor, to manage is incredible.
Now, like, how many owners would you say are? Because I don't imagine everybody's on the maintenance program.
So everyone's on a maintenance program, right? So for the engines, EMC2 is the engine program. So I'm on EMC2, but on the airframe, I'm on P3, which is the highest level you can go. So essentially, I pay a monthly rate. Here's your monthly P3 rate. I pay a fee per cycle. Every time I start the engines and take off, that's a cycle. It's a relatively low fee. Okay. And then there's a fee per hour. So it's usage based. And at the end of every month, they say, hey, here's your EMC2 and here's your P3 program bill for the month, and I pay it. Now, what don't I pay for? Everything else. So there's no, I'm going to go in the shop. What's the maintenance fee going to be?
Right.
I've told Honda there's a scuff on the leather in the back. Make sure they cleaned it up for me.
Really?
Right. So the programs for me have been absolutely phenomenal, and I didn't really understand them coming from the piston single world. And a lot of people that I trusted explained them to me and talked to me how important it was. I also have my jet under professional management. So really bullish on a company. If you look at flyhj.aero, they're called Turbine Aircraft Logistics. They only manage two types. They manage TBMs and Honda Jets. So Fly TBM and Fly HJ are their two domains.
Gotcha.
But I'm under professional management, and so I use something called AirSync. And AirSync is a small device, and it has a card in the MFD, and it monitors all the data coming off the data bus, records it, and sends it to I get it. How did I do on the flight? How did the aircraft do on the flight? It also goes to my professional management. So they are constantly and proactively looking at the plane, and they do a lot of the direct coordination with a Honda Aircraft Company.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have to say, it is unreal to be flying a plane at this altitude. Normally, I'm in the passenger seat in a jetliner, but to be up this high in the pilot seat is something to marvel at. And the Honda Jet is one hell of a stable platform.
Atlanta, Honda Jet 682, Tango Mike is 25.3 descending 240 with a 250 speed restriction.
Number 682 Tango Mike, Atlanta, San Roger, descend maintain flight level 190.
190, 2 Tango Mike.
Yes, sir.
How's the flight, Mike?
And it's been smooth. And I learned that I can actually fly a Honda Jet.
I tell you, it's playing the big video game.
Yeah, if I really wanted to. Don't try that at home.
You do want to.
No, but I definitely want to. My pockets is just not there yet. But again, true story is looking at, the Garmin platform, and I'm sure Garmin loves to hear this. Once you learn, really, the G1000, G3X, it's very similar how you navigate through these things.
Absolutely.
Buttons are similar. A lot of what you have for your flight display here is exactly what I'm used to. How you enter your frequency, change frequency with the radios.
Yep.
Used to that. It's nice to be up high. I'm not used to this type of flying. High altitude flying, I'm not used to that.
I know. And
to see the way all the big boys and the jets are moving up here it's
fun to see the big iron below you.
Incredible. Like, you just see an object moving, so like, man, that thing it's going.
It's
yeah.
And you're like, well, we're going that fast.
Have a good day.
No, I love it. It's
like a marathon.
It's addictive though, right? Because going fast and flying high.
It's pretty sweet.
As we move along here, I should let you know that Blue Max 6 is putting up this jet for sale. That is correct. This well-maintained 2016 Honda Jet is for sale, and you can check out more information in the description below.
Executive 675, thanks for all your help.
I want to ask you some questions about your flight school. First of all, I think it's awesome. I love what you're doing with that flight school. I really do. One, I want to understand what motivated you to do that, but also I get a lot of feedback on my channel from people that are doing Microsoft Flight Simulator. And one of the things I tell them all the time, if you are attracted to that, you will be attracted to flying. So talk about some of the barriers to entry that you're seeing with students getting into flight training.
To answer your question, initially it was, I'll answer the barriers that you spoke of.
Right.
What we're finding out is, one, knowing about the opportunity, because again, we've been talking about pilot shortage for a while now, But what I'm personally seeing also, like, it's not just pilots. I can't even hire an A&P mechanic because there's nobody available, right? So it's a shortage all around the industry, not just for pilots.
So I get that the demand is there. So my question then becomes, if somebody who's fascinated with flying enough to spend their time sitting there,
right,
going through everything that we're doing right now in this cockpit, but they're doing it on Microsoft Flight Simulator, how do you get them to the next step to explore that? Is it cost? Is it availability? Is it knowing what to do next? What are you seeing?
Right. So I would say cost.
3404, Atlanta Surrounder.
Cost is the biggest.
Amend that altitude, please maintain.
So yeah, the cost is one of the biggest challenges.
Okay.
Because when I think of when I got my license, I was just lucky enough to have been in a position to do it.
Right.
And we're taking clear direct demons and cross demons at 11,000, please.
Okay, direct demons at 11,000, 2 Tango Mike.
I had to go offline. Who else was checking in?
American 9798 310 240.
Yeah, that's fine.
98 Atlanta Surrounder. Descend via the Phillips 3 arrival landing north. Altimeter 3001. Resume the published speeds at 8 out.
American 9798 descend via the Phillips 3 arrival and published speeds at 8 out.
Yeah, so the financial part, the cost is the biggest, because our program is focused on 0 to hero.
3404, clear direct to your destination.
And that's like a college tuition.
Yeah.
So.
Number 5209, contact rear approach 119.4. Have a good day.
11904, Endeavor 5209. Good night.
Atlanta Center, good evening. Challenger 876 Charlie Sierra is 8.8 for 10,000.
All right. I'm good. I'm caught up, Mike.
Okay, good. Yeah, so for someone in a simulator at home or something that wants to take the leap, if you want to, because what we want to promote is...
We're taking thanks for all your help. Contact Greensboro approach 124.35. Have a good day.
2435, 682 Tango Mike, no worries. Greensboro approach, good evening. Honda Jet 682 Tango Mike, 12.3, descending 11,000 with Bravo.
So the first thing is we want to keep promoting, hey, this is a career, right? It's not just... I have very little interest in also training just leisure pilots, because I want folks to take advantage of the opportunity. Like, this is a high paying.
Number 2 Tango Mike, turn right, direct Pagan.
With that in mind, then it's a matter of, how can we pay for it?
Right.
Now, generally, a good bit of
maintain 3,000.
our students use.
Was that for me? Was that for 2 Tango Mike?
Honda 2 Tango Mike affirmative, just going to maintain 3,000.
And a 3,000, 2 Tango Mike.
So you get sort of a student loan.
Issue 5253, just going to maintain 4,000.
But then also there are grants available, and we always have to push the grants whenever we get a sniff of one.
Right.
To all of our students. And their organizations. One thing I also found out is, there are different groups, like women in aviation, there's Latino, there's even gay for aviation. But here's the thing.
4544,
you don't necessarily have to belong
Brickyard 44, I did it again. Brickyard 4544, Greensboro departure to contact climb and
in
maintain
that group
1,000
to apply for the grant.
12,000, Brickyard 4544.
So I try to encourage that too. Yeah, the biggest challenge would be how to pay for it.
Okay.
But the cost to me, obviously this opinion is biased.
5253, turn left heading 040.
To me, the cost is a good investment that you would get a return on.
4544, turn left direct Trisha.
Obviously, you got to finish the program.
45.
So you don't have any trouble finding people. You don't have any demand problems at all.
I have over 200 applications on a waiting list.
Really?
And we have a little over 3,000 inquiries, basically, folks who gave us, who said they're interested.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of, again,
176 Romeo Kilo Greensboro approach, Altimeter 3003.
Finding them the funds to pay for it.
I follow Look Up Flight School on Instagram.
Appreciate it.
What I love seeing is, when people are getting, their instrument ratings, getting their commercial ratings, right? It's just, I'm like, these aren't people who are just going in there and doing traffic pattern work, right? That's incredible.
And that's the best part of this is we're building the culture of celebrating all the achievements. As a matter of fact, I'm working on creating a page right now on the website where I want to blow up everyone as they take their first solo.
Yeah.
They take, they pass their first check ride. It's important.
Yeah.
Because this stuff is, it can be.
I mean, for you and I sitting around in the cockpit of a Honda Jet, those are the memories that we turn around and talk about, right?
Yep. And like you said earlier, you've done your time. You've paid your price.
Mike was giving me a hard time. I said, there's a little bit of turbulence. We were at flight level 410. He's like, you ought to try bouncing around in a single engine piston. I'm like, I've done that.
I did. Yep.
2 Tango Mike, Vice Greens for airport side, 12 o'clock, 18 miles.
2 Tango Mike, Tally Ho.
For 2 Tango Mike, clear approach runway 5, right, cross brake turbos following a heavy Airbus on a 2-mile funnel, and connect tower 19-1. Have a good night.
Okay, switching to tower, clear for the approach, clear for 5 right, 2 Tango Mike.
Tower, Streak 5253, visual, 5 right.
Streak 5253, Greensboro Tower, runway 5 right, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land, 5 right, Streak 5253.
Is there a plane before you or right before you?
He cleared me to land. He said caution wake turbulence. I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this guy, same altitude.
And fly this one.
Oh.
So I'll put my damn back.
Shadow.
Mike, take the controls real quickly. I just want you to feel how stable and just try turning us a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Super stable.
Oh yeah. You tempted me, man.
Going full flap.
Tempted me.
So if you see on your speed tape, ref airspeed is displayed. It was calculated for our weight, the winds.
It's just nice and smooth.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
500.
So we have a nice long runway, so I'll give you a little flare, only because when you're landing in a Honda Jet, it makes, so if you're on speed, and we are, and if you're on glide path, we are in the,
minimum.
And if we're fully
minimum.
landing, we're fully configured, we are in the landing configuration. So you're going to be like, oh, you have to flare, you're going to hit the nose wheel. You're not going to hit the nose wheel. You fly this jet onto the runway. Now I'm going to give you a little flare. There's 50 feet.
Touchdown. I don't know about you, but that was one of the best flights I've ever had in my life. And I want to thank you all so much for coming along on the flight. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, please make sure you check out Blue Max 6 channel on YouTube and on Instagram. And make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Again, my name is Mike. I hope you enjoyed this flight video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time, subscribe to Mojo Grip. Guys, remember, if you like to be in this pilot seat or pursue a career as a pilot, make sure you check out my flight school at lookupflightschool.com. We get you from 0 all the way to commercial rated pilot within a year. Again, that's lookupflightschool.com. And I will catch you all on the next video.